Okay, so in fluid mechanics, in the view of fluid mechanics, we can classify all the matters in the world in two categories: at solid and fluid. Solid is one that solid has a definite shape which it retains until some external force is applied to alter it, and fluid is which flows is called fluid, or fluid is a substance that deforms continuously when subjected to a tangential or shear forces. So therefore, uh, where the two terms liquid and gases actually, the liquid and gases are in these two terms are called actually two terms, the combination of two terms is actually fluid. So this is liquid. Fluid is classified in two categories as liquid and gases. So both liquid and gases have no permanent shape. Okay, this liquid also flows and gases also flows. So these two terms is actually under the section of fluid. So there are all the matters can be classified in two terms as solid and fluid. And next, the fluid is can be classified as liquid and gases. Okay, so this is the classification. This is also the introduction. Now I am going to some important terms as ideal fluid and real fluid. Two important terms. You have to know two important terms. One is ideal fluid and another is real fluid. Ideal fluid is this term which is incompressible and having no viscosity is called actually ideal or perfect or inviscid fluid. The ideal fluid can be named as other two name as perfect fluid, another is inviscid fluid. So ideal fluid is a fluid which is incompressible. So we have a compressible and incompressible term. The two terms are well known to you because it is the terms you have read in thermal engineering. So actually compressible means actually it means the compressibility of what is compressibility? Compressibility of a liquid may be defined as the variation in its volume with the variation of pressure. So that is change of volume with change of pressure. Therefore, if the change of volume of a substance or liquid occurs with the change of pressure, that is if we change the pressure of a liquid, then if the volume of the liquid is also changed, then this is the actually the property of compressibility of that liquid. So actually if here so if the this property holds for a liquid that is occurs in a liquid, then we can say that this is a compressible liquid. So here in the definition of ideal fluid, a fluid which is incompressible, this means in this in this type of fluid, if we change the pressure, the volume of the liquid does not change. So incompressible fluid means for this fluid, if we change the pressure of this fluid, the volume of the fluid does not change. So this type of fluid is called incompressible. So a fluid which is incompressible, that is the volume of this fluid does not change with the pressure, and having no viscosity. Viscosity is very important and new terms for you. We in later chapters I shall discuss broadly about viscosity, but just you have just today you have just have to know that actually friction, we have well known the term that friction. What is friction? So it is actually viscosity is same type of almost same type of friction. So if a fluid is having no viscosity, that is frictionless or having no friction, and which is incompressible, then this type of fluid is called ideal or perfect or inviscid fluid. So I am repeating the term, the definition. A fluid which is incompressible, that is the volume of that fluid does not change with the pressure, with the change of pressure, and having no viscosity, that is frictionless. A fluid is if a fluid is frictionless and incompressible, then this type of fluid is called ideal or perfect or inviscid fluid. Viscosity, the term viscid is comes is viscid comes from viscosity. Okay, inviscid means no viscosity. So this type of fluid is called ideal or real or perfect fluid. So actually in practical, this type of fluid is only an imaginary fluid, as all the fluid exist in nature have some viscosity. All the fluids which exist in nature have some viscosity. Some is maybe very little, but some viscosity is present in all the fluids. So actually ideal or perfect or inviscid fluid is imaginary fluid, as all the fluids exist in nature have some viscosity. Okay, and so now what is real fluid? A fluid which possesses viscosity is called, generally is called a real fluid. So if a fluid has some viscosity, then this fluid is called actually real fluid. Okay, real fluid. So actually all the fluid in nature are real fluid. Now we go to some properties of fluid. Okay, I am going to some properties of fluid.